Hey there, YouTubers. This is Mr. No Meta, and I just got back from my third regionals. And as you can see, I managed to make top 8. And last time I updated this, I was still running scraps. I've actually moved on to heroes as my main, but I didn't even top with heroes. So I'm going to explain something real quick. This deck is not my own. This deck was created by Del Bolito, at least the main deck was. I'm not sure what his extra or side deck was, but to be honest, the extra deck does not matter. I am actually running Chainburn. That is what I got this with. I decided to make Chainburn because it was cheap, it was effective, and it was good. And I knew I would piss people off with it. And a couple other my team members also wanted to build something like it, but I was the one who topped. So, yeah. I made it to top 8 and then ended up losing to Rescue Rabbit, which I'm perfectly fine to losing to because that's a really good deck. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead. Like I said, Del Bolito. If I find the link to the video with the initial deck list, I'll send it, but if not, if someone does know where it is and just tells me, I'll just put it in the description or something, or maybe an annotation up there somewhere. Who knows? Alright, so, yeah. Unfortunately, I do not have all the cards on me anymore because I was borrowing cards. But, yeah, I'll start off. Those are supposed to be 2 Max C. Freaking ridiculous. Morphing Jar, ridiculous. 3 Scarecrows. 1 Gores. Gores is kind of important. 3 Lava Golems, 3 Battle Faders, 1 MST, 1 Thunder Short, and, okay, even though this is a pretty much straight net deck, which I hate to do, but I just wanted to play something other than heroes, because I knew I wouldn't be able to do well with heroes. This is one card I would definitely change. I was not a big fan of this card. All day I was citing it out, and I'll show you for what. I'm actually going to say what I would change about this deck. 2 Chain Strikes. Love that card, especially if your opponent manages to Heavy Storm and you have all 5 Chainable and end with that. 3 Dualities for consistency. 1 Scapegoat. I was also setting that out a lot today, but I'll go into a little bit more detail with that. And I'll also talk about my trolling days. 3 Just Desserts. And I'm sorry if I sound so tired. I am extremely tired, but I decided I'd make a video now because this mat is not going to be in my possession after tomorrow, but it is mine. But I am giving it away to a friend. But yeah, 2D walls because it's ridiculous, especially against plants. They Black Rose and they Black Rose your 3 Reckless Greeds, 1 Ceasefire. 2 Ajama Trios. I'm sorry, I'm really tired. 3 Accumulated Fortunes. I was citing out one of those a lot, but I like it main deck 3 just because it is a good 3. It is an instant draw 2, pretty much. 2 Magic Cylinders because it's retarded with Lava Golem, and 3 Secret Barrels, kind of obvious. So yeah, main deck, not my own. So yeah, but I will go over changes that I'm going to make to the deck. Okay, so extra deck or side deck. Extra deck doesn't matter. There's only 3 cards in the entire deck that don't matter. This card was the MVP of the fucking day. Every time I read this, it's just a great stall card. Alright, for those of you who don't know what that is, it's Medion the Time Lord, or the Doctor Who card, as I like to call it. 0 attack, 0 defense. If you control no monsters, you can normal him. If he attacks or is attacked, return all monsters on the field to the owner's hands besides him, and inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each monster returned. Then, during your next standby phase, he goes back into the deck. He is essentially a souped-up version of Grandmal. He's a great stall power, great burn card, and could just clear your opponent's field if you're playing some Swarm deck. And this actually did scrub me into beating plants, which was ridiculous, by the way. I'll go into more of that later. But yeah, I was using 3 of those. Yeah, that's what that proxy is. one Marshmallow. I would have taken this out for Spirit. I'm going to take this out for Spirit Reaper. Marshmallow didn't help me out too much, but a Spirit Reaper would have. One Dust Tornado, two more MSTs. I really fear that Royal Decree, so yeah. Paralyzing Chain for Lightsworn. I'd probably take that out for a second Spirit Reaper. Yeah, that card wasn't even useful. One deck that I was really worried about playing today that I never did was Dark World, so I decided to play 3 Macrocosmos because it is chainable to whatever shenanigans they're gonna do, because they're not gonna activate their shenanigans before hand with Defissure out. So I like Macrocosmos, and if they sided into Eradicator Epidemic or mained one, I was kind of screwed if they called traps. So yeah, because I ran a lot of traps. 2 Starlight Roads, just because I was afraid of Black Wings, Gladiator Beast, anything that can pop my back rather consistently. Yeah. And then also against Mirror Match, Damage Diet. I like this card, even though I never got to use it today, because people are like, why are you siding against, why would you side against Burn? Burn is a good deck. Like, as you can see, I did top with it. Del Bolito managed to top with it. And yeah. So I did side these just in case I did go against Mirror Match, because like I said, a couple friends of mine were going to play Burn as well. And one ended up playing Burn, but he ended up playing against all of his bad matchups. I only ended up playing my bad matchups twice. Well, 3 times, kind of. Okay. Extra deck. I'm just going to... Those are the 3 cards that matter. Right there. That's it. The rest, I just put to be funny. Majestic Star, Psychic Life Transfer, Underground Arachnid, 7, Nova Master, Dark Blade Dragon Knight, Musician King, Flame Swordsman, Dark Flare Dragon, yeah, Dragoness the Wicked Knight, Thousand Dragon, Insane Joan. All those were just to be funny, and yeah. Okay, so, like I said, changes I would make to the deck. I might actually just completely take out Scapegoat. I mean, yes, you can't. It is a nice chainable card, and it does let you get Chainlink out, but it's just a stall card. I would much rather main one of these, and same with Thundershort. I might actually take Thundershort in place of this, because this card is retarded. Okay, so I'm not going to go over play-by-play for my days. I'm just going to go over my trollololling. Okay, so match 1 went against Plants, and they actually did kind of rape me, and they didn't make it through too far in the day. And then match 2, I went against kind of a scrubby Mock and a Gadget player. He managed to flood his field with gadgets, and then I had game in one chain with Just Desert, Ceasefire, Secret Barrel, Accumulated Fortune, and Chain Strike. It was really dumb. And he didn't learn his lesson game 2. So, yeah, I kind of pooped on him. Game 3 was the first time that I really pissed somebody off. As in, he threw his cards, after he lost. But, to be fair, he should have won, both game. He beat me game 1, I beat him game 2, 3. Game 2, I top-decked a Meteion. Wherever the hell that card went again. I top-decked Meteion, bounce all of his monsters, and yeah, that was game. And then game 3, he went off, and I was top-decking. I've been stalling so far, and I'm down to 100 life points. He could kill me. He was actually trying to poke at me with Spore for game. And I think he was at 1,000 or 12. I can't remember. I have a book with all the scores in it, but but he had 3 monsters on the field. I top decked Just Desserts. Just Desserts, standby phase, activate, and I'm like, is it game? And he's like, yeah. And he got so pissed and threw his cards. Yeah, first time pissing somebody off today. Second time I actually felt really bad for it, because I actually really, really like the kid. Yeah, I think he's the same age as me. Anyway, he was playing Heroes. And I think he beat me one game. I think he beat me game 2. I can't remember if it was game 2 or 1. But he managed to beat me, but I did draw him a normal hand against him. And then next match I went against, I think like Chaos Control or I don't know what it was. It was a good deck. It's just that I'm playing a cheap deck, and he got ridiculously pissed off. But you know, to be expected. He did lose to Chainburn. The next match was against Kirk Curry. I was actually against another friend, and he didn't get pissed. He's like, "Oh, that's kind of cool that you topped." And yeah, and this is my third regionals, and this is also my second time topping. So 66% ratios, 66.666% ratio is pretty good. And then after him, my final round in Swiss. Was this my final round? I think it was my final round. Was anti-summon, and he totally had game one. He just Thunder King Fossil Dynamed me, and I couldn't do anything. And Thunder King Fossil Dynamed, and I just couldn't do anything. I couldn't stop him. And then I started sighted in Medion, and yeah, and I ended up winning that. And then game 3, it was Lava Golem, I think, that won me game. Lava Golem and the Secret Barrel. But yeah, that's how the Swiss days went. And then I went against Rescue Rabbit, and it raped me. I didn't stand a chance. There was nothing I could do. Alright, but yeah. This is Mr. Nomada. Like I said, if you do know the video that shows Del Bolito's deck list, because he did manage to top, I'm not quite sure where, I would like to thank him for the deck. I mean, it's not like it's the most original deck, but it was a good deck list for the most part. Like I said, I changed Thundershort for this for sure. This card was fucking epic all day. Every time. It was so retarded. But yeah. So if you do know, just give me a link, and I'll go and thank him, and I'll post the link in the description or an annotation or something. But yeah, please don't hate me for not decking. I didn't have the money to build any expensive decks, and I didn't think I could top with heroes. So I just said, screw it, let's try to troll. And I went in there trying just to be a troll. Not being total douchey, oh, no, you can't do that, but I was not expecting to take top 8. So yeah, this is the nice Graphomat. I actually think it's really sick looking. I love the detail they actually put into it. Alright, but yeah, this is Mr. Nomada, and I'll see you guys later.